Pura vida, amigos. Welcome back to another episode of La Vida Verde podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Human, and my guest today is the amazing Alora Rose. Alora is a massage therapist, an incredible singer and musician. She sang with our band at Envision this year and also New Year's here at Vida Verde. A garden designer, and she's regularly here contributing, doing something at Finca Vida Verde, so it's a great honor to have her here. If we're lucky, maybe she'll sing us a couple songs and share her beautiful voice with us. So we're going to get started, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, Alora Rose, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Little rosewater spritzer. Started off properly. Beautiful, thank you. Oh no, that's peppermint.
Rosemary
Peppermint. Yeah.
Rose is coming.
Okay. So Alora Rose, currently formerly known as Alora Ashley. Will you want to share with us why the Rose?
It's my middle name, and we're going simple.
I like that.
Alora Rose.
Such a beautiful name. And so
It just feels right, you know. We got to go with what feels right in life.
We do. And exactly. Okay, Alora is silly, and we have an interesting relationship. So I want to first start off
my elder
with Howie by 5 days, which we found out on the first day we met each other. And the first day we met was Valentine's Day. It was 3 or 4 years ago. I want to say it was 4 years ago now. And I had a bunch of my hot dude friends, a bunch of dads, you know, like older guys like my age and older. We were all sitting around the fire, and I called my friend Kara, and I'm like, "It's Valentine's Day, Kara. Like, I know, like, you know, I got a bunch of hot dads up here. We're just sitting around the fire." And she's like, "Okay, great. I'm coming up with a bunch of hot ladies." And we're like, "No way. Like, we're in the middle of the jungle.
What are the chances?
What are the chances?" And I thought she was kidding. Literally, like, a parade of beautiful women come, like, walking up past the fire. And I'm like, one after another and after another. And then one of them picks up an ukulele and starts singing like freaking goddess queen. And I was just like, immediately like, I need to know who that one is. And also she's short, and I like short people because I can see eye to eye. And so we became pretty close just that day, and like hanging out. We immediately were like, "Oh, hey," we're
Tauruses,
touching each other, not in a kind of weird or sexual or anything like that. It was too early for that, but like just sensual, maybe a little. No, not even. I'm just totally joking, but like just like really like touching each other and like immediately hugging, and we're like, wow. And then we found out little like that night that like Alora's birthday is like 5 days to the day, like right after mine.
Yeah, we came in the same week.
We have
a lot in common.
We're both Tauruses.
This is also very funny, like me.
Yeah, we're funny and also play music. Both play music, and also are permaculturists. And we both love massage and touch. And so we hang out. It's no like secret. It's no wonder that we're friends. So yes, thank you for being here. Okay, now that we've done explaining all this to the people, how was your week?
It's amazing. I just dipped in the river. I live on the beach and come here as often as I can, and it's just lovely. It's just so peaceful and great to be surrounded by community. So I'm feeling good.
Yeah, Laura's been living where out in Nosara, right?
Yeah, Guanacaste.
And so you keep a place out there, and you keep a place here.
It's only a 4-hour drive. I'm bridging the worlds. Beach people and the valley people.
What's the difference? What's the biggest difference between living there and living here? Because you spend a lot of time in both places.
15 degrees Fahrenheit.
Really?
Yeah.
Hotter there.
Yeah, and that culture is amazing being by the beach, but there's something so healing and fresh. It's refreshing here to be around communities, gardens, and that beautiful river.
yeah, I guess the beach, like Guanacaste, is amazing and beautiful too. You get those beautiful sunsets, but also maybe a little more insular culture, not as much community kind of vibe. It's more like
Not as many gardens.
not as many
Not
gardens.
as many eco-villages.
Well, there's a lot more
So we're
sand,
doing
yeah.
that well here.
Yeah.
So we're coming back.
Well, we love having you here. I'm sure you know this. And as I mentioned, Alora comes here quite often, and like, well, she's like kind of when she's here, she's like an on-site massage therapist. So guests who need a massage, like, can just pretty much book one in the moment because that's kind of your thing. And when we have parties, she always brings squish toys and massage
All the
toys,
props.
and
We love
so
props.
we always invite Alora to the party.
Instruments.
And you were born in Hawaii or raised in Hawaii?
I was born in Arizona, desert baby, tropical teenager.
Tropical teenager. So
That's why Guanacaste feels good in here as well. You know, we have a green season and a dry season. Feels like home.
So
Two homes combined.
where were you? You were born in
Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona. That's right. And when you moved to Kauai, right?
Mhm.
When?
From 7 to 17. So my formative years were on the islands, which I feel super blessed about.
Yeah, Kauai is amazing.
To develop a really deep relationship with nature, surfing at 13, starting to learn music. Solid foundation for, you know, this life. For the pura vida life.
What was it like? Did you have being like like did you have any issues being like a haole in Hawaii? Yeah.
Yeah, back in the 90s, it was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, I think, great. I'm happy that I got to move around a lot as a kid. I'm happy I got to grow up in a place where being white wasn't cool.
Right.
And you just get to experience what it's like to be discriminated against because of the color of your eyes or your skin or your hair or just, you know, general things that you don't get to choose. And I think that's incredible. I hope everyone has the chance. Sorry, I mean, that's a sad thing to wish on people. But I actually think it makes it
humbling.
Yeah, it's very easy for me to travel around and feel, or easier for me to put myself in someone else's shoes and also to not go into those patterns of judging people based on things that they can't choose.
Yeah, and I actually had a similar experience when I moved from Ohio to Tennessee. We moved from an all-white community to a majority black school, and immediately that was like a shock for me. I was like, because I mean, everyone was no one was like mean to me, but it was just like I knew I was being like looked at differently, and my nickname was, people just, instead of learning my name for a long time, a lot of the girls just called me little white boy. Like, and I was like, I have a name. I am a person. Little white boy. Now it's just gringo. Yeah. Now we're both gringos. Yeah, and haole, for those of you who don't know, is kind of like it's kind of somewhat derogatory name, like word that the Hawaiians kind of made for Westerners, white people, which literally means like of a different spirit, or in some have, you can also translate it as to no breath, which is another interesting. There's a lot to the Hawaiian language, but haole can mean different spirit, no breath. Like,
it's an amazing place, and I feel like it's actually made a lot of changes. I feel like it's more integrated, and the cultures are blending beautifully in a way I did not see 30 years ago when I left.
That's good.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I've always been an amazing place, but now I feel like the culture is less divided in that way.
That's good, yeah. And there's still a lot of issues with the Hawaiian sovereignty and stuff, but like, I think over time, yeah, hopefully it'll all chill out. Well, we're glad that you're here, so thank you for coming. And what brought you to Costa Rica for the first time?
Just on a whim, one-way ticket, $206, didn't know anybody. It was 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
To the day, pretty much. Yeah, it was great. I went to Guanacaste and met a couple people in a small town. Been coming back ever since. Then I met you guys just through Alegria, hosting that weekend.
Wow.
And 3.5 years ago, I don't know, within 30 hours, I was on the stage at Mariposa playing music with people I just met, going, what is this place? Where am I? Oh my gosh, do I get to come back? Let me do this more often.
Mariposa is part of Tacotal. It's an area of Tacotal where we Bradley Scott Farmer and Maria Cardona used to host different events and gatherings down there. And yeah, you jumped up on stage. I remember playing
just like instant family.
You and me and Wanda Heek playing I wanna give you my love.
Yeah, we did all kinds of stuff right on the fly. I was just like, these people are so good.
Yeah, we had a really
I want to give you some love. We'll play the clip later. On the outro.
ding, ding, ding.
He's the bass line.
I'm the bass line. Okay, well, cool. And well, now you've been getting yourself really into permaculture, right? You've been studying, you were a garden designer before.
Yeah, I've always loved plants, but now being around all these really, really expert gardeners and seeing the farms that you've created and the neighboring farms, being out to Punta Mona, and now trying to figure out how to garden in Guanacaste. I have a couple clients in California that I fly back and work with. So yeah, it's evolving to this like thing you kind of did on the side to being like, this is what my life's going to be about. It's more important for me in my second half of my life to be around fresh water, good people, and organic food. So let's talk about soil. Let's learn about what that looks like, and let's live next to people that know more than you.
And you took the Ecoversity permaculture course, right?
Yeah, it was a perfect thing in 2020 when everything kind of shut down, and I was like, well, I want to do something new and fresh and start networking. And I got to do the project with Cyril on her house here in Taco Tal.
Right.
I was staying in this area for when I was studying. It was beautiful. So it was a great intro to this new path.
Totally. And
just getting started, but we have our whole life. It's just like music and surfing and everything else. It's just
never
amazing.
ends.
And massage.
And yeah, we've had Cyril on the podcast before. And also, for those of you who don't know, big shout out to Ecoversity. Ecoversity is our friends founded by Stephen Brooks and Alexa Rosenthal and a bunch of our community. And they are an online platform for teaching eco-education and various things. We can tag them at some point. And
it's a great program.
Yeah, and I've been involved with the different groups. Sometimes I'll just get on and play music Stephen will have me on to play song for the group or show up for graduation, which they do here in Costa Rica. So that's always a lot of fun.
And a really powerful global network of alumni, so you can keep in touch with people all over the world. So
totally.
People that want to travel for the rest of their life and live at different farms, it's just such a great thing to get into. In
fact, two of our neighbors, just right here, two of my closest neighbors in Alegria, right across the street from our farm, were in the first Ecoversity group that graduated, and I was at their graduation. I met them both, and now they're both my neighbors, which I think is amazing. Okay, do you feel like sharing one of your lovely songs with us?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, we'll bring out the uke because we were talking about Hawaii. And I took a break from music for a while.
What?
For about 10 years. And when I picked up the uke again, I was like, well, I don't know where my songbook was. It's been a bit. But is there anything I remember? And this was the song. After, 12 years. This was the one that was in my finger, so I'll sing this to you.
Is this, one of yours or someone else's?
Only the local Braddas would know.
Okay.
If you know, you know. You like, go, you go. My heart does the tango. Every little move you make. And love you like a mango. We can make it every day. We're gonna love you, pretty baby. We're gonna help you through the night. We're gonna love you, pretty mama. We're gonna make everything alright. We're gonna jump, baby, jump, baby, jump. Drop all your love on me. You're gonna drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop 'cause I'm hungry. We're gonna love you, pretty baby. Ooh, gonna help you through the night. You're gonna love me, pretty mama. Feel that joy inside your light. Love me so deep, so discreet. Hear that groove shining in your soul. Feel that love, let it lose control. Feel that vibe so alive. Keep it real, keep it cool, and keep it groovy.
What's the name of this song?
This song is really fun to learn on uke. So if anyone's interested in learning uke, call me.
All right.
I can teach it to someone in 5 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's that easy.
I want to learn that song. Love it.
Yeah, and we can make a version.
Do you
for
do?
Each person.
Is that something you do? Do you teach music?
I love teaching music. Piano, guitar, ukulele, but mostly voice.
Yeah, I love when you're here. Like, I wake up in the mornings when Alora's here, and she's like, I wake up to piano and voice. Like,
I love being here because he has all the instruments.
I do have all the instruments.
Like,
if you build it, they will come. They're
keyboard.
coming. So yeah. So well, thank you. That was lovely. What's the name of the song? I love
Drop.
you like a mango. Drop.
Yeah.
Do you know who the
Manao Company?
Manao
It's like a
Company.
one-hit wonder from the 90s.
Okay. Yeah,
They're
I've
really
never
good.
heard that before.
Well, maybe not one-hit wonder. I shouldn't say that. They were great. Great band. But that was the one that really stood out for me.
Hawaiian band.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Thank
It's
you.
not the Hawaiian version, but it's the Alorita version.
The Alorita version. And Alora, your range is incredible. Like I would say that's an understated song for you. Like
We play the styles.
when you get up on, Alora joined us at Envision this year, and just freaking raged it, man. Like just soul mama. Like got up there with us, and that just people were freaking going crazy. They loved it. We're about to release that show, by the way. We have good recording. We have good video of that whole show. So stay tuned. We'll be releasing that one. What else? Oh, I know. I wanted to talk to you about like, your dad. So I know your dad. Like we found this out. Thank you. I found this out. I found this out like maybe a couple years into knowing Alora, but her father actually started writing me on Facebook like, "Hey, you know my daughter," and I'm like, "What? That's
Small world,
that's
once
your
again.
dad? Like, how are we even like?"
Yeah.
So you, and that was then that I realized you were raised by hippies. Yeah, your parents are like
basically coming full circle back to home.
right.
now.
You're so.
Coming back to the roots.
What was that like? Like you said your mom moved to Kauai. Was she like, eating all healthy and
Yeah,
stuff,
they
or
ate
like
healthy. For the first 7 years in Tucson, I was just, it was group element. It's beautiful.
community
And
vibes?
I like to help. Like, I don't have children of my own, and I'm the auntie that, like, holds everyone's babies and helps put stuff together. And you definitely felt that there. I think it was a great way to grow up, because you don't feel like you're necessarily in a very small situation where you feel like it's the whole world. It's like there's a lot of gatherings, you're traveling, full moon parties, sweat lodges,
Nice.
Yeah,
you've been
living
doing
on
it,
a budget.
doing it. We know how to do that.
It's just like those are decent skills for life, especially when things get weird. So yeah, it was beautiful. And I think you and my dad probably rocked some rainbow gatherings.
I met your
Probably
dad.
before my
It was either Rainbow Gathering or Good Medicine or something, and Yafa,
I
who
was
you
kind of
also
out of the
know,
circle
like
at that point, but you guys were still weaving, so it's
Yep.
a really small world. And he's
Yeah.
still in Tucson, so the fact you guys know each other.
yeah. I don't think I ever.
He's gonna be stoked.
Hi, Mr.
made
What?
it.
Oh, Les, right?
Les,
yeah,
yeah.
Les Hart. Well, cool. That was a really fun thing to figure out. And you're cleansing right now. Do you want to like talk about that? Like how you're like
yeah. Big changes. Super, super cool. Just to try new things, taking a break from habits. Started 30 years ago when I was 13. Cutting out the alcohol, cutting out different things that were just kind of like, not a problem, but
not
really
yeah. You've never been like to
No, but
extremes with these
it's
things.
just like, what's your relationship with caffeine? What's your relationship
Yeah.
with dairy? And then it starts creating all this space to be like, where are my thoughts? Why am I making that decision again? What are my beliefs? So it's like, it started as a cleansing of the habits in the outside world, and now it's literally like a redesign for the entire platform of what I exist from, which is fun.
Yeah, that's amazing.
A lot more fresh juices, a lot less
Processed
all the other
foods.
stuff,
Yeah. I noticed like the last time I saw you, I was talking to Alora on the phone. I'm like, what are you on? Like you have so much freaking energy right now. Yeah, I noticed it. It's pretty interesting. And so what's next for Alora Rose? What's new? What's exciting you? What's coming up?
I'm really excited to bridge these coastal worlds with the valley world. I'm starting to host people here and showing them how they can come to Costa Rica and get a feel for it if they're familiar, but they want to spend more time here. and they don't want to have to decide between the beach and the valley, say, why choose when you can have it all?
So
I've been doing more of that, allowing holding a container for people to come and experience this beautiful world
mm-hmm.
and everything that it's different, and then also be able to come out to the coast and see what's good with that, and then maybe place them with properties that might work for them and rentals or houses or whatever.
So like
concierge,
guiding and concierge,
like a mermaid, permaculture mermaid concierge service.
Permaid. A
Yeah,
permaid concierge.
He's gonna be my agent. So with really good branding.
Permaid concierge. We're gonna work on that.
One.
I don't know, like the word permaid for some reason.
Really
it feels weird. It feels weird.
Okay,
but so
most of the stuff we do does.
So if people if people want to have you guide them around Costa Rica, guide their experience here, they can contact you.
Yeah, it's all customized.
And how would they reach you?
If you could be my agent, give them my number. Maybe you could pre-screen. I think it'd be a Vida Verde pre-screen. No, I'm on
20%. 20%.
And he'll take his cut. But yeah, I would love to meet you and answer any questions.
Okay, so what is it? Instagram what?
Alora Ashley.
Alora Ashley. Alora_Ashley.
We'll put it on the
ASHLIE. We'll tag you in the video.
Keep in touch. I want to play one more original song.
Yeah, you got a guitar with you, and I love your music.
I don't write a lot of original music, and that's another thing I'm starting with my cleanse, is doing new relationships with music and the ocean and everything. And this one's actually inspired by the Machuca, and since we're right by the Machuca, I figure that's appropriate.
Yeah. Ooh.
Passion and pathway to love is a feeling, no language to describe, no words to understand. Allow the energy to move only when it wants to. You let it all come alive. Eternal students we've become, humble seekers of a love that's true. River is constantly flowing, portals invite us to play. We let it all come alive. Awake to atomic sunrise, electricity sky is our blessing. Soaking in the sunshine, deep down your roots as you dip into that flow, helping each other thrive. Let it all come alive. Ooh, 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 ooh. Give me that beatbox. My fire. Now we sit and love. Now we sit and love and breathe. Now we sit and love. Now we sit and love and breathe. Now we sit and love. Now we sit and love and breathe. Oh.
Alora Rose.
Gracias.
Thank you so much. It's so beautiful. And where can people find your music?
I'll be working on that with my agent.
We got some work to do, apparently.
Just like Instagram. I book private events. That's pretty much all I've done for the last 20 years. So
you were playing in a band out in San Diego.
I've been in a few bands, just playing gigs. Not so much on the internet.
Got it.
The interweb is going to be the new world for me.
Okay, well,
it's fun to post stuff as it gets released.
So, if you want to get a hold of her, get a hold of me, And she's available
He didn't know he was
for
picking up a job
bar
today, but-
mitzvahs and for
Cut
weddings.
me out to weird stuff.
And careful
I can't
what
wait
you
to
ask
see
for.
if my
Yeah.
career's gonna turn into giant humans and shit.
No, I think Alora, you'd be a great addition to any event. Like, I'm always amazed. Like, just having you around is such like a pleasure. And like musically, I just know you could fit into just anything. Like, I've seen you in a million different situations, and I'm like, I'm always blown away. So yeah, I think you should put it out there. Like, you want to hire this girl to come sing songs for you for a freaking week,
You
or
want to let her jump up on stage and have absolutely no idea what she's gonna do and be like, "Oh, that didn't suck."
she can do that. She can do that too. I love you too. Okay. Oh, and the rain's starting right now, so perfect.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to reach Alora Rose, it's Alora_Ashley on Instagram. I'm Matthew Human. This is La Vida Verde podcast. You can check out our website, which is fincavidaverde.com. We're working on changing it up right now, so it's super fun and exciting and new. You can find us on Instagram at Finca Vida Verde CR. It's our new Instagram, Finca Vida Verde CR. You can also find us, of course, on YouTube, La Vida Verde Podcast. If you're listening to this and you want to go back and watch it, that's amazing. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. And yes, we're also on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, but we also do film it, and you can find that on YouTube at La Vida Verde Podcast. If you want to support this podcast and more bringing on more artists, bringing on more interesting people and more interviews, go to patreon.com, La Vida Verde Podcast, and we're going to be releasing new episodes every Tuesday. And this is the beginning of our season 2. We're just started season 2, so you got plenty to catch up on. We got season 1 if you want to go back and listen to some old episodes. And please keep in touch. Send us a message. You can leave a comment. We love to hear from you. So on behalf of La Vida Verde Podcast and Alora Rose. Oh, look at this. Kawaii KKCR. Look at this.
Amor.
And Kate, look. I'm going to give this to you. I just realized I'm drinking out of a Kauai Community Radio cup, which I just brought back that I got from Kauai, and I'm giving it to Alora. So,
Salud.
cheers. Pura vida.